Back at Space Voyager space station, everyone was getting worried about Lion Queen and Shigo, since they've been gone for a while longer than expected. They all texted Lion Queen and Shigo to check on them, but they haven't responded until just recently. And at least they know now that they were okay. At least Voyager had expected them to be okay. I do worry about Shigo. I know she's strong, but I do worry still, Kim said as she was writing down something on a piece of paper. I know you do, KP, and I'm sure they're both doing fine, Ron reassured Kim.
She and Lion Queen really wanted Spring to be here,
Patrick added. I just got a text from Drew Pickles. He said that Shang Tsung is on the loose and that he broke out of villain prison, Space Voyager stated. Oh, I sure hope Linus and Shigo are gonna be okay, Alia added.
I do worry about them too, but I am sure the Lion Queen would kick Shang Tsung's ass if she runs into him,
Drew Pickles said. Shang Tsung pranked us with prank calls last week. It was fun to troll him with toilet sounds, Wacko replied. I will say that it was funny, Dot said. Then Wacko started to drink the root beer from Space Voyager's mini fridge. Wacko, why are you drinking so much root beer again? Dot asked. As soon as Wacko drank about 3 cans of root beer, he started to go crazy and began to pull his shirt over his head like Beavis did. It was at this moment that Wacko became the Great Wackleo. I am the Great Wackleo. I need hot sauce for my bunghole, Wacko exclaimed as he went around asking for hot sauce. Wacko, did you drink too much hot sauce again? Space Voyager asked as he sighed. Are you threatening me? I need hot sauce, Wacko replied. Typical Wacko. I better go find him before he hurts himself, Yakko said as he and Dot followed Wacko to find out where he was going as the Great Wackleo. In Earthrealm, Lion Queen along with Shigo, Kitana, Melina, and Liu Kang were approaching the hill that led up to the Meadow of Flowers. They went up the hill, and as they reached the top, they saw that down the hill was the plum orchard. We made it to the plum orchard. This looks too easy, Lion Queen stated. But the question is, which one of these trees has the red mark on it? Shigo asked. I know which one. I pick the plums there every spring, Liu Kang said as he went ahead. Follow me. I will show you. Lion Queen and her friends followed Liu Kang as instructed by him. After a couple of minutes, Liu Kang showed his friends the plum tree with the red mark on it. It was the tree they were looking for, and that tree had a lot of plums on it. Most of the plums on the tree were ripe, which means they could eat it. We found this tree, Kitana said. Pick a plum and we can bring it to the Starry Bunch universe, Melina said. To Lion Queen, she then headed towards the tree, and when Shang Tsung appeared, pushing her back. You again? Liu Kang exclaimed. He got in his fight stance as Kitana and Melina did the same. I thought you'd leave us alone after Shiga threw a fireball at you. You fought wrong, Liu Kang. I was going to see if I could stop you from doing your quest, Shang Tsung stated. You will never win, Shang Tsung, Lion Queen growled, not impressed by Shang Tsung's antics. I will be making a huge snowstorm that will last forever at the Starry Bunch universe, and I just need to be rid of you first, Shang Tsung grins as Shiga was thrown off of him when she tried to tackle him. You won't win, Shang Tsung. We promise you that, Shigo growled as her hands glowed green. Oh, so is that how you want to play it? Shang Tsung grinned as he charged after Shigo, only for Kitana to shove him out of the way. Give up, Shang Tsung. You'll just keep failing every time, Kitana scolded coldly. I want to get back to the Starry Bunch universe for the prank calls they gave me, and this is how I'm going to get back at ya, Shang Tsung said. And what's worse is I said to you guys to cut ties with Melina, only because she's a big, ugly, selfish bitch. What Shang Tsung did was a mistake. That was when Melina snapped into rage. She hated the fact that she was called ugly, just because she was Tarkatan. But it doesn't mean she's ugly. Sure, she was scary with sharp teeth, but there are people who didn't care about it what she looked like with sharp teeth. You just made a mistake, Shang Tsung, Melina growled, and as she was feeling the rage build within her. Melina was pissed when she was called a bitch, and everyone knows that calling Melina a bitch would mean that she'd be on your ass for a while. Oh shit, Shang Tsung said, knowing how fucked up he did by calling Melina an ugly bitch. Melina rushed up and grabbed Shang Tsung and then punched him in the face. That's right. You called me ugly bitch because of me being Tarkatan. Well, let me teach you a lesson on what happens when you call me a bitch, Melina growled, then dragged him towards the wagon and shoved him there. If you ever call me a bitch again, I'll throw you into a fucking meat grinder. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I'll give you the wagon ride of death, meaning you're going to need a hospital after this. Melina shoved the wagon down the hill where the orchard was from, and Shang Tsung, however, was on the wagon, all crammed up and couldn't move. He rode the wagon on a very fast downhill until the hill started to get bumpy. Then he was thrown out of the wagon, and it was sent into a tree where it was not far from where a hornet's nest was, and he knocked it down. The nest fell on Shang Tsung and sent a bunch of angry hornets stinging and attacking him, making him cry in pain. This isn't over, Miss Melina. I will get you next time, Shang Tsung shouted. He better not call me a bitch, or I'll roast his ass. Shigo grinned. Well, I'm worse than you, Shigo. I could devour anyone if I wanted to, Melina replied, now grinning as well. Now we could find our plum for the spring powder, Lion Queen replied. She reached at the plum tree and picked a few plums for eating, while taking one for the spring powder. Shang Tsung will think twice before now calling Melina a bitch, Kitana said. He would have a lot to think about of his choice of words, but this is what he gets for getting in our way, Liu Kang added. Here is a plum for the spring powder, Liu Kang, the Lion Queen said, handing the plum to the fire god. Now let us be on our way back to the temple. Then we can make the spring powder. With Liu Kang replied, he and his friends then headed back to the temple in Earthrealm. When Liu Kang, Melina, Kitana, and Shigo and Lion Queen got back to Liu Kang's temple, Sindel was there to see them return. And of course Sindel took the ingredients that everyone pitched in, making the spring powder. It took a few moments to make it, but it was soon finished within 10 minutes. The spring powder is in this bag. Head to the Starry Bunch universe and blow the powder outside. Once you do that, all of the Starry Bunch universe will be there for spring season, Sindel said. How will we get back, Shigo? We don't have a transwarp machine here, Lion Queen asked. I could teleport you guys back to the Starry Bunch universe. Say hi to Space Voyager for us, Liu Kang said. We will. Thanks, Liu Kang. Sindel, Kitana, and Melina, Lion Queen began. We couldn't have done this without you guys. Melina and Kitana hugged their friend, along with Sindel and Liu Kang. Then Liu Kang would use his abilities and send Shigo and Lion Queen back to the Starry Bunch universe. Once he sent them back, they were soon gone within a flash, and with the spring powder in hand, spring will soon be there in the Starry Bunch universe.